everybody. I'm Aaron Ford, your Attorney General. I'm here again to have a very important conversation. We started it already, and it's been ongoing, and it's about opioids. My office has been working heavily on trying to address that epidemic that we have in our state. We've sued several entities, and we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars that are going to be going toward helping in the fight against opioids. And today we have with us to talk about some very important components of that, Mr. Ryan Mills, who is the Prevention Coordinator at the Larson Institute. And so, Ryan, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much. I'm wondering if you can talk to us a little bit and walk us through what your work is over as Prevention Coordinator at the Larson Institute and what it entails.
Yeah, I'm the Prevention Coordinator and also Peer Support Specialist for the Larson Institute. So what I do is basically give real experience to drug addiction to the state, and as the prevention coordinator, we kind of use overdose data to get funds put in place to coalitions and harm reductions like the Needle Exchange here in Vegas, Track B, and just important pieces to help get people better from this epidemic.
Listen, we've seen an increase in overdose deaths in recent years, and the work you're doing is very important to help obviate some of that. But can you talk a little bit about why you think there's been an increase in opioid deaths over the few years?
I've been doing this for about 4 years, and things were starting to plateau, and then COVID happened, and everything seemed to spike. And it seems to be like depression, people losing jobs, people losing their houses, just all kinds of factors going into people turning to drugs or alcohol to cope with these things, because it's very hard out there right now, and it's hard for families to keep going strong, and so I think that has a lot to do with what's going on.
And in that regard, what information do you think it's important for people to know about relative to the common causes of overdoses?
I mean, a lot of people should know when you're looking at an overdose, you'll see loss of consciousness, heavy breathing or lack of breathing, and blue lips. There's ways to prevent that. Narcan and naloxone. It's a nasal spray and leg injection usually. And if you're using that stuff, you have to realize that it might take more than one of those doses. And when you're putting those into people, they wake up, they're in full withdrawal. So you have to make sure you distance yourself enough from them, because they're going to be mad sometimes or sometimes grateful. But so it's like a kind of walk on eggshells thing, but it's important to know that this stuff can really save your life.
I actually keep Narcan in my truck in the glove compartment, just in case. You just never know who you may run across that may be in the need of something like that. So it's important for us to be cognizant of these facts and know about what these symptoms look like. What's the best advice that you can give people who are addicted and who want to get clean?
It starts with that want. You have to want it for yourself. And then I recommend people finding help as soon as they can. They can do that through something else that we've been working on, is called Open Beds, and it's treatmentconnections.com or treatmentconnection.com. And it kind of is like a streamlined way to find an open bed in rehab centers and mental health stuff, and just a quicker way to do it, because it's so important to get help in those times of crisis. And when you're willing to get help, it needs to be done right away. You can't wait hours and days and what insurance goes where and all that stuff. So just ask for help. We're trying to reduce the stigma of that, because it's sometimes hard to ask for help. But it's getting better out there. People are understanding a little bit more, and it's not something you should be afraid of to go save your life.
That's right. Addiction is a disease. And when you are sick, you shouldn't be afraid to ask for help, to your point. And so I'm so proud of the work that you're doing, and so grateful for the work that you're doing open beds and the treatment centers. And one of the things that we're trying to do with the opioid funds that we have recovered, I mean, we are obligated by statute to give it to the state, and the state is having a series of meetings where they're going to determine how this money is spent, and it's going to be spent on things like open beds and treatment centers. And so we thank you for the work that you've done at the Larson Institute, and really appreciate all of the hard work that you will continue doing.
I appreciate your guys' hard work here too.
Thank you all for watching today. As we continue to battle the opioid epidemic, it's important for everyone to understand how the disease of addiction has impacted Nevadans all across our state. My office is at the forefront of the fight against opioid companies in our state, and we've already agreed to settlements worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and we're fighting for more. We won't stop until we hold every company that profited off of Nevadans accountable. For more information about our office's legal efforts, please visit the web address below. Thank you, and remember, we can stop this epidemic together.